Welcome to Titans Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is January the 8th, 2026. Oh my god, I hate New Year sometimes because I always forget the year. It is January 8th, 2026, not 2025. We're going to be talking about AEW because, ladies and gentlemen, somebody debuted and joined the Don Callis family, and somebody returned. Because he had a problem with WWE because of his contract with WWE, but he never showed up in WWE. It's just he had a problem with WWE's contract, and now he's officially back to AEW. We heard about MJF will be defending his title against Magneto because he won the ring, the Diamond Ring Gauntlet Battle Royal looking thing. Yeah, I got the yawns. I'm yawning now because I just woke up. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we got some AEW to talk about. I was hoping that we could do an unboxing and AEW 1 video, but my belt didn't show up yet today. I could have waited, but I don't want to wait. I could do separate videos. Sometimes the unboxing doesn't get the best views because it's a belt and some of you guys don't care about it. But I do it because I see a lot of people do it on YouTube. They're making these unboxing videos to show the things that they bought. And that's what I'm doing. It's not really the best video I make because it's just me trying to open a box. And the box is better than me because sometimes it's hard to open. I don't know why. And then the bubble wrap got involved. And oh, yeah, I remember the last time. With the purple belt. So, ladies and gentlemen, I do have a plan with the purple belt. I am hoping it works. Because me and my dad thought about that. We get this long belt thing. It's like a display case. But you can mount it on the wall. I checked that. That thing costs a lot of money. So I saw another display case. But it's just for one belt. And I think it has a stand for it. Like, there's an actual stand. These things are not on the stand. They're on the shelf. They're not on the stand. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. I don't know they need a stand. I don't know. I just bought these. I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe that's why the tape is not really working very well. Maybe because they need a stand or something. That they could stop getting rub on the shelf. I have no idea. I don't know. If you guys know anything about these type of replica belts, that's not W Shop and they're brass material and leather. Tell me what you guys think. Do they need a stand or not? But I saw this display. It was like $300, $300 and something dollars. But I could put it on top of my this display case and put that on the top and put the purple one in there. And it will still be part of the display case. I want to see what my dad thinks about the idea because he loves these things for some reason and he likes to be a designer or something. So yeah, I want to see what he thinks because that's the only thing I'm not trying to spend like $600 for this dang display case for one belt when I could spend like a half of it. $300 and something dollars, and it still works. It will still be part of the collection. It's just not going to be on the wall. It will be on top of the big display case where the other belts are, but it will still be part of it. And if I do my videos with this thing in the background, you guys will see the purple one because it will be on top. But the only sucky part is that it doesn't have a light. Those thing has LED lights and it shines, right? So this one doesn't have an LED light. But I think you guys could still see it. I think you guys will still see it because I will have this thing on and maybe that it will shine on top of it. So yeah, I don't know. But we will figure out something. Oh my god, I got the yawns. But ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about AEW. That's my whole thing with that. I don't think I'm gonna be spending $600 for a mounted display case. It'll look cool and all, but I'm not spending that much money. You crazy? I spent half of it because it's $600, and I will be spending $300. Half of it, I'm okay with, but no, thank you. I can't spend $600 for that. I wish it was on sale, but it's not on sale. So that's my plan of that. I'm still waiting for my TNA World Championship coming in. We got one more belt to buy, and I'm hoping that we can figure out which one I want. I want this X Division Championship or the Smoking Skull belt, but which one is cooler to be in that shelf? I don't know. I need to wait until this belt comes in to see if I have any problems with it. Will it be delivered? Because sometimes with these belts, I get a little problems of delivering. Because customs and all that stuff. It's something big, and it's metal, and it's a big metal thing. So, yeah, it might be have a little problem with customs and all that stuff. It's not from Canada. It's from some other place. So, yeah. And I did ask for it to come early. I paid with Prime. Amazon Prime. I got Amazon Prime and I want it early. So, it's going to be a little while. I might not get it today. It said the 8th or the 12th. So, I might get it at the 12th. Maybe because I asked for it too early. Maybe if I didn't ask for free fast delivery, maybe it will come here on time. But maybe not. I don't know. But I'm not waiting. If I did not do Amazon Prime, use it. If I didn't use Amazon Prime, I will have to wait until January 30th to February. I am not waiting that long. You crazy? I want to fill up this dang shelf soon. And then I could worry about this purple belt and get that display case. That's what I want to do. And I want to see, can I figure out how to do this videos with this thing in the background. I got things I wanted to get done. But I want to fill up these display case first. So that's the plan there. So I'm trying my best to make it fast. So let's talk about AEW. I talk about my plans for this belt so much. We need to talk about AEW. This is the reason why we're doing this dang video, right? Well, ladies and gentlemen, beginning of the show, it was supposed to be Jet Speed teaming up with Jungle Boy or Jack Perry to verse the Demand. But they got attacked because there was a bounty on them from the Demand and Don Callis' family. They got attacked by the newcomer, former TNA star, Jake Doyle, I think that's his name, in AEW. He joined the Don Callis family and attacked Jet Speed. So now, Jack Perry needs to find new teammates in his trios match. I'm going to tell you who's the return guy because he is another Don Callis member. Ladies and gentlemen, and then we have a Willow Nightingale celebration. She celebrated to becoming the tag team champion, the first ever tag team champion, and she won the TBS title on the last AEW Dynamite of 2025. This is the very first Dynamite of 2026. It was an okay show. It was okay. The only match I didn't care for was Tony Storm and Shafir. I didn't really care for it. I'm not a big fan of Marina Shafir because she's MMA. I'm not a fan of MMA stuff. Like, you're putting a wrestler against an MMA woman. That doesn't make any better. It's like having a wrestler face Ronda Rousey. This is why everybody didn't like Ronda Rousey. Well, this is why I didn't like her. She couldn't make a good match with any wrestler because she's an MMA. She's a UFC fighter. The only match she could try to have a good match with was Shayna Baszler, but it wasn't a good match. But Shayna was good in the ring. Like, she is scary and she breaks people's arms. I remember that one time when she had a match with Dakota Kai. I think it was Dakota Kai's first couple months being NXT, and she stomped the living hell on her elbow. Her elbow twisted, and oh my god. Ugh. I remember that NXT. I believe it was a rivalry when that was happening. And then I think that's how she turned into a bad guy, right? Is that how she turned heel? No, she got turned heel because she was like, she wanted to be in the War Games match, but Rhea Ripley chose somebody else. And then that person got injured. I forgot who it was. I think it was like Ember Moon or something. But that person got injured, and then she was like the plan B, and she wasn't happy. She wanted to be in the War Games match. She wanted Rhea Ripley to choose her first, but instead she chose somebody else. And then she had to be like the understudy of an actress. If somebody gets hurt or gets sick, she's in. That's what happened to her, and she was upset. I think that's what happened. But ladies and gentlemen, Will Nightingale had a celebration. She had Chris Statlander there, and she had Harley Cameron. She thanked both of them. She says she reunited with her championship and her best friend, Chris Statlander. But she knows that somebody is going to try to interrupt, and she knows that Mercedes has a lot to say. So she called out Mercedes Moné. Mercedes Moné came out and didn't want to show her face, so she has a big giant hat to cover her face. And Willow has some things to say. She says, yeah, I'm sorry I did this and all that. And then Mercedes took her hat off and she was crying. Everybody didn't know what to do. And then Mercedes Moné just screamed and crashed out. She got angry, throwing everything up the table, like all this party stuff. And ladies and gentlemen, and then she shoves Harley Cameron, and then Harley Cameron shoves her, and she falls into a cake that Chris Statlander is holding. And JR is back as a commentary. Congrats for him. Welcome back, JR. I did not know you still work for AEW. There's a lot of people I'm surprised still works for AEW, like Paul White. When is the last time we saw Paul White? How we know that people are right about Chris Jericho still be part of AEW if we haven't seen the guy? Like, there's a lot of people that I look at the list, I'm like, oh my god, this guy still works there? How does he still works there? He hasn't been shown for years. Like that Michael Nakazawa, Kenny Omega's guy. He works there. I think he's a personnel. But we don't show him. AEW doesn't show the guy. Well, we have our first match is the Continental Eliminator match. It will be Jon Moxley versus Shelton Benjamin. For some reason, Shelton Benjamin was crying. I don't know why he was crying. I don't think they were in his hometown. Is he retiring? I hope he's not retiring. Too many people retired last year and this year now. AJ Styles, someday in 2026, he's going to retire. And, oh my god, there's too many people. Tahashi from New Japan Pro Wrestling, he retired a couple of days ago. Yeah, there's too many people retiring. Can people stop retiring? I don't like it now. I think it's been a theme the last year and this year. Why can we stop with the retiring? I know people are getting old and some people can't do this, but can we stop doing that? Can you just be a personnel? Like, seriously, please be a personnel. I don't know what to say, but please. But, ladies and gentlemen, we got Jon Moxley versus Shelton Benjamin. It was a pretty decent match. It lasted almost the end of the time limit. But the winner of that match was Jon Moxley. But Jon Moxley offered his handshake, and they shook hands. They got the win. Jon Moxley got the win. Who's next? Well, we got Jack Perry teaming up with Mystery Guys to versus the Man. Jack Perry looks like he was about to go in the ring by himself to face the Man by himself until the Young Bucks comes out and teams up with Jack Perry. I remember these guys said they were hurt. I think they said the last of 2025 they will be hurt. So they won't be able to wrestle on the last couple of shows of 2025 because they were injured. But looks like they're not injured now. But ladies and gentlemen, we got Jack Perry and the Young Bucks versus the Man. Pretty decent trios match. But the winner of that match was Jack Perry and the Young Bucks. And then they were celebrating until the Don Callis family comes out. Jake Doyle and, was it Marvis Davis? Was it Mark Davis? What am I saying? Marvis Davis. Mark Davis and Jake Doyle? Jake Doyle? Jake something? I don't know what you want to call him now. All of these guys come out. The Don Callis family, not every single one of them, but a big bunch of them came out to attack the Young Bucks and Jack Perry. And the Jet Speed comes out to make the save. They had weapons. They got attacked. They were hurt. And tried to scare them off until the lights went out. And it was Andrade making his return, and he attacked Jet Speed. And he's back in AEW. He's officially back in AEW. No more contract problems. He's back with AEW, and he's back with the Don Callis family. Oh boy. More people. It's like the corporation, man. Like, you're not doing anything with some of these guys. Why is these guys? Why? Why are there so many of these people in this dang faction? I want to know why. We have Bandito versus Sammy Guevara. It was a pretty decent match. I like Sammy. Sammy's good in the ring. Bandito is good in the ring too. I like it. It was a pretty decent match. But the winner of that match was Bandito. Bandito gets the win, and ladies and gentlemen, he got interrupted by MJF. Because they have a world title match next week. Maximum Carnage, I think that's the show called. So they got a title match next week, and MJF just wants to keep mocking and making fun of Bandito. He even had a translator, John Cruz, I think that's what his name, Jonathan Cruz, to talk Spanish to Bandito that I don't want to make you offended, so I got a translator. So all MJF did is just make fun of Bandito. And the translator was keep on helping MJF make fun of him by saying it's in Spanish. And then Bandito stopped the translator, and he says, "I could speak English, you son of a beep." And then he attacks the translator, and he attacks MJF. Let's see what happens there next week. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the match I didn't really care for. Toni Storm versus Maria Shapa. I didn't really care for this match. When I saw this on the social media, yeah, no, I didn't want this match at all. Oh my god! I guess it was an okay match, but still didn't care for it. The winner of that match was Toni Storm, getting the win. Death Riders got involved. Wheeler Yuta and Daniel Garcia couldn't handle things by themselves because Roderick Strong and Orange Cassidy comes out. Claudio Castagnoli comes out. And we got a brawl between everybody. I think Death Riders just ran away. And Mina got attacked by Chauffeur. And then Orange Cassidy and Roderick Strong comes out to make the save. And Orange Cassidy helped Toni Storm up, and he helped Mina up. Luther is not happy. Orange is making a lot of people not happy with his attraction with Toni Storm, and now with Mina as well. So, I don't know what's going on there. Well, we have a lights out match. They made it literally a lights out match for a couple of minutes. The lights was out, except for spotlights. I didn't like it. I was going to say, if this whole match is going to be lights out, blackout, no, I won't like it. But thank God they fixed it. All the lights turned back on. I didn't mean it like that. I wasn't trying to be... I'm talking about lights, people. Don't say anything stupid. I didn't mean anything stupid. I mean lights. Blackouts. I didn't like that because I like to see what I'm watching. If it's supposed to be no disqualification, I remember we had lights out matches and never had a dark match here. We don't need an actual dark match. It's supposed to be non-station. That's the whole point of this. Not when the lights turning off. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have Hangman Adam Page teaming up with Sir Strickland to verse Powerhouse Hobbs and Hulk. Still not a fan of Hulk. He's just like a spider monkey. Likes to jump on people. It was a pretty decent tag team match. It was all over the place. These guys destroy each other. They even used cinder blocks. But the winner of that match was Sir Strickland and Hangman Adam Page. Will they get a shot of the World Championship at any time? I don't know when is the next pay-per-view for them. When is the next pay-per-view? I have no idea. But ladies and gentlemen, WWE Royal Rumble is coming up. I can't wait for it because it's going to be Royal Rumble. But it's going to be a little weird because it's going to be in Saudi Arabia. I had to watch it like in the afternoon. That's going to be weird. It's going to be a weird day. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's that. I hope everybody's enjoying wrestling right now. Everybody, they've been having debuts, they've been having returns. Every wrestling having those things. BDE signed with TNA. That's awesome for him. Another YouTuber gets signed into a wrestling company like Logan Paul. Now BDE. Now the question is, because now we still have this partnership between WWE, NXT, and TNA. Will BDE face one of these NXT stars? Will he be part of this NXT invasion stuff? I have no idea. Will we see BDE show up on NXT once? Because we've seen a lot of TNA wrestlers show up on NXT. Can we see BDE show up on NXT? I would love to see that. I want to see Chris Danger, but he's on TNA. But BDE's on TNA. And TNA and WWE is like kind of together right now. It's one big happy family. Maybe because everybody wants to hurt people now. But yeah, I wonder if we're going to see that with BDE showing up on NXT one day because of the partnership. I wonder if we're going to see that. And I think BDE is having fun, man. He's having fun. And I believe he could still do independent wrestling because he's in TNA, and TNA wrestlers do independent wrestling as well. So that's pretty cool for him. And he could still do his independent wrestling because I believe he still has this rivalry with Chris Danger, or that's already over. But I think he has a title in a different company. I forgot which company it was, but he has another title. But he doesn't bring it to TNA because he's not allowed, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty cool. The last couple of times I've seen him, he's been doing good. He's been working well. Yeah, it's his first year, but he's doing a hell of a job. I think he's doing a hell of a job. I would love to see him win some TNA gold. There's a lot of great wrestlers that he could team up with and win those TNA World Tag Team titles. Like Leon Slater, that would be an amazing tag team. Him winning the X Division Championship, that would be great. The International Championship, that would be great too. I don't know about the World title because it is his first year, so we have no idea. So yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, if you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I will see you guys tomorrow for TNA results. Bye. Hit the subscribe button, the notification, comment, and like. Bye.